So now we're going to look at converting between degrees and radians. And I just want to point out to you that if we're talking about degrees, we will always use the degree symbol. Radians, sometimes we'll write rad, and sometimes we won't. So if you see an angle that's referenced with no degree symbol, you should assume it's in radians. If you see a pi, certainly we're talking about radians. All right, so I know that in general, pi rads are equal to 180 degrees. So if I have 25 degrees, well, I'm going to multiply that by pi and divide by 180 to convert to radians. So I always want to think about my symbols canceling. So degrees over degrees will cancel out, leaving me with just radians. So I'll leave you to simplify that yourself. You can put it in your calculator. We like to leave things exact, so really I'm just wanting to simplify the 25 over 180. So I know I said I'll leave it to you, but I'm going to do it. So we get 5 pi over 36 radians. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. Multiply by pi, divide by 180 to cancel out the degrees. 29 over 36. So 29 pi, don't forget your pi, over 36 radians. Now this one is in radians. So instead of multiplying by pi and dividing by 180, I'm going to multiply by 180 and divide by pi so that I have degrees left and my radians cancel. You won't always have a pi here. In this situation, the pi's cancel, but that will not always be true. I know 6 goes into 180 30 times, so this is the same as 210 degrees. Well, I can also think about it with what we just said. I know that pi over 6 is here. 7 pi over 6, well, that's a full pi plus another pi over 6. So that's a full 180 plus another 30. 9 pi over 5, well, pi fifths is going to be 1/5 of 180. So that's another way you could think about it, or just do the simplification. So 9 pi over 5. I'm going to multiply by 180 to get degrees on top, divide by pi to cancel out the radians. And then I'm not going to try and do that in my head because you know I'll make a mistake. Divide by 5, and I get 324 degrees. Well, I also knew it was going to be really close to being 360 degrees because if I think about the full circle is 2 pi, 9 pi over 5 is really close to 2 pi because 2 pi would be 10 pi over 5. So this answer makes sense. Remember, we're always wanting to ask ourselves, does my work make sense?